If you want to completely change your life by transforming your body's response to stress, try these 3 brain hacks right now. Number 1 is try the 4-7-8 breathing technique anytime you're stressed out or just before a stressful event. Like say before a speech or a presentation, or if you're playing a game and actually stepping up to bat, like say baseball. If you're stressed out, try breathing in for 4 seconds, holding this breath for 7 seconds, and then exhaling for 8 seconds, making a whoosh sound as you do so. That's this sound here for a count of 8 seconds. So again, it goes 4 in, hold for 7, and then expel that breath, breathe out for 8 seconds. By doing this, you balance out the CO2 and oxygen levels in your lungs, and you also improve the neurochemistry in your brain, including the function of relaxing neurotransmitters like GABA and glycine, which calm the system down and relax you. Of all the breathing techniques out there, this is my number 1 favorite. The number 2 technique for reducing stress is an NLP technique called reframing. Reframing is simply altering the way you see or perceive an event to change its meaning and effect on you. By shifting your perspective, you can transform negative emotions into positive or neutral emotions and thus lower the effect they have on you and lower the stress that it's causing you as well. So real quickly, here's how that works. Number 1, you got to pinpoint exactly what it is that's causing you that stress. Identify the stressor. Number 2 is to change your perspective on it and literally look at it from a different lens and think, is it really that bad? Is it really as bad as I think it is? And number 3 is to find the positive. Really look at the positive aspects of this negative situation and try to put that spin on it where you're really focusing on the positive things and actually thinking in terms of how can I grow or learn from this. Number 4 is to simply use positive language. Language is so powerful and people don't realize just how powerful that self-talk can be, whether it's a negative self-talk or in this case a positive self-talk that we're replacing with that negative. So try to swap out phrases like I can't for things like I can't, or instead of saying something like I always mess up, say something instead like I learn from every experience. Or instead of something like I'm terrible at this, say something instead like I'm improving every day. Or switch out something like I'm so nervous to do this with something like I'm so excited to do this. And step number 5 is to use visualization to see the stressful situation in a different light. Imagine a calm and positive outcome and then focus on the emotions and feelings associated with that positive outcome. By applying these techniques, you can change your negative mindset on a stressful situation and look at it more with a resourceful and positive mindset, and ultimately a successful one. And the 3rd technique for reducing stress and performing even better is something called future pacing. This is another powerful NLP technique that has a couple very simple but very effective steps. Number 1 is to identify the scenario that's causing you stress in the future, something that you know you're going to face that's going to cause you anxiety and stress. Identify that one major stressor. Number 2 is to find a nice relaxing environment, a nice chair, a nice couch, sit back, relax, close your eyes. And number 3 is visualize your future self in that stressful situation. Only this time you're dealing with it in a calm, relaxed, confident manner, and you're actually succeeding and doing incredibly well. And when you're doing this, make the visualization as vivid as possible, as bright as possible, as big, large, and colorful as possible. And get as many, if not all of your senses into this as possible. Sight, sound, hear, touch, smell, as vivid as possible. Get all of these senses into this visualization and make it as powerful as you can. And again, really feel all the sensations, all the emotions of you being in this future moment, but doing it incredibly successfully and incredibly confidently. Feel all of these things in your body as you do this. And the next step, step number 4, is to create an anchor while you're at your peak of feeling all of these emotions and sensations at its absolute finest. Now, this anchor could be anything. It could be a thumb and the forefinger. It could be a word. It could be a phrase. It could be squeezing your fist. Anything that's going to trigger these emotions and sensations to come out of you feeling incredibly confident, incredibly calm, and incredibly successful in that future moment. Create a trigger that's going to make these things come about. Step number 5 is to simply rehearse this whole scenario, this whole visualization for several minutes, really taking in all of these sensations, all of these emotions, and see yourself going through all the things that could pop up and happen during this situation. But see yourself handling them confidently and calmly and effectively, and just see yourself going through all of these situations and doing so incredibly well and being at your absolute finest. And imagine this calm and confident response becoming a natural way that you handle future stressful stressful situations. And you can practice this exact technique, this exact visualization exercise over and over again for a couple of weeks to really hammer it home and make it even more powerful. And the more you practice it, the better it's going to work and the better you're going to deal with stress in any future event, specifically and especially that future event that you want to be incredibly successful in. But that's it for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the follow button now for more videos just like it. And if you want a free one-on-one coaching call with me, make sure you click the link in the bio right now or go to elitemind.coach right now and schedule a time.